Hi everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Chum channel. Today, just another Saber rambling video. Didn't rehearse it, I didn't prepare it. Just gonna do some more regular talking and vlogging. I think that's good on the channel to keep more videos coming and keep you guys engaged and have open conversations about comments on my videos or feedback on my videos or developments in the Saber industry or in general with Star Wars. Um, Today I've been playing a little bit with my Beyblade Kanan Jarrus. And actually, this particular hilt I did a review on a while ago. I think nearly a year ago. But that video has now around 20,000 views. For some people, that's nothing, but for me, that's a lot. That's actually my highest watched video so far. And it's kind of funny. This is like a $10, $15 lightsaber, and it's just so appealing for the younger audience, and it's so accepted. No, it's so easy acceptable by a very broad audience that a lot of people are actually watching the review on this, and I'm really happy with that, because that's really the opening. These kind of toys are the opening to the next step into the custom lightsaber industry, or hobby I should say, not industry. And also, for that matter, any movie props or any cosplay types of things. This is really good. These kind of cheap entry level toys, they really appeal to the imaginary as well, because it's nothing, it's just a plastic tube with some details on it. It's really cool. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that I'm really looking forward to get my hands on my Kanan Jarrus Saber from Nerfx Lab, or Solo's Hold. I am so looking forward to that. It will be very cool. So what I will do is, because I ordered two of them, one I just put on display, and the other one I gonna have somebody powder coat it, do the weathering on it, and then either install another Biscotti 4, or maybe I go for an Igniter R2. It really gonna depends on the feedback I will receive once I get my Slim Coda from Dart Ellis. That one will have a Igniter R2, so that will be my first time actually that I'm gonna experience that board. And from everything I've seen so far, the responsiveness of the board is so good. That's exactly what I like, because I rather have the responsiveness to be on par than, for example, the clashes to be exactly, super responsive. The reason why I say that, because most of the time I won't be dueling and I won't be clashing a lot of stuff or hitting a lot of stuff. I will be moving the saber in any direction, and I want to have it to pick up all the small movements with my crystal shard sabers from Vader's Vault. They're fantastic, but they're not that level sensitivity without having any ghost swings if you put the sensitivity too high, because it then get false swings. And of course that comes from the tremble from the speaker and whatnot. But the bottom line is, I think the sensors on the Igniter R2 might be a little bit bigger or more sensitive, or different placed, or different models or types or brands than what Plector Labs uses. So anyway, we will see. But yeah, I'm so ready to do a Kanan Jarrus cosplay. My hair is growing as well. I'm growing to get a ponytail all the way in the back. Now got the top part is more or less done, so I can get a ponytail out of that. But the sides looks like horrible. I look like some sort of weird dude. So as soon as that is long, I can have a proper ponytail. Just have to get a goatee. And then what I'm gonna do is, actually, I'm not gonna cosplay Kanan Jarrus. I'm gonna cosplay Kanan Jarrus, his son. Now, I know this is super weird to say. My backstory would be that Kanan Jarrus, after Rebels, season 4, he and Hera parted. They couldn't stay together. Too dangerous, whatnot. So Hera stayed with the rebellion, and Kanan just went in isolation. I think something happens with him and Ezra, and he wanted to have an offspring because he wanted to make sure that somebody continues to be teached with the ways of the Force. So he got a son from a humanoid female, and yeah, I'm like his rebellious son, so I'm Force sensitive. I have, of course, some very good training from Kanan, but I'm not very good with the Force. I'm not very strong with the Force at all. So I'm more like I'm a little bit enlightened with some higher or faster reflexes, um, just good physique, healthy, so strength, but not superhuman strength. And so I inherited my dad's Saber, and that is how I gonna roll with Kanan's armor. So season 1, season 2 armor with the plate, side plate and whatnot will be very beaten and worn because it's already very old. The hilt itself also will be worn, and it will have scratches and whatnot. And so yeah, I will be using the Saber as like inherited by my father, and then my actual son will be my son in my virtual character. You need to have some sort of a character. You need to live into something, and then my son will be actually using Ezra's Saber from season 3. And he got that because Kanan kept on to Ezra's hilt, so I don't know what happened to Ezra. I leave that open, but yeah, so it's me and my son, and we basically roaming around in space, not doing any heroic stuff or something. Just keep low profile. More in the line of season 1 and 2, Kanan Jarrus like space cowboys, as Fiona said, like that. Just it's not really the ways of the Jedi anymore. There's no Jedi Order anymore. There's just the Empire, and just a very difficult time, and it's just keep close to the ways of the Force in a good way, and then yeah, of course, have these old ancient weapons, just because it's significant to the ways and the beliefs we have. So I want to inherit that and continue that line, so the Jedi maybe some far future can survive by the teaching we get from my father to son to son to son to son. I don't know. I found that very interesting way to look at it. So yeah, so really looking forward to the Kanan Jarrus hilt from Nerfix Lab, and of course the Ezra Bridger Saber. Those two will be my shelf queens, and one of those Kanan Sabers will be my daily carry, my dueling saber, my spinning saber. Just I have to use it like a beater, so it actually comes together with the story that it's an old beat up saber. It has been used a lot. It's just it's a relic. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and also just jumping from a role playing into something else. I saw something very cool, and I didn't expect I would be so onto it, but I saw the new Battlefront 2 footage, and it looks amazing. And I don't know why, but with Battlefront 1, I just purchased it because it was for $15 on sale on Steam, and I only bought it like a year in or something. I never really got into it, despite it being Star Wars. And then I saw the trailers for Battlefront 2, and I thought, wow, I must get on board on that, because I got this guy here, and I absolutely love this guy. I mean, everybody can hate on... No, let me put it, everybody hates on episode 1 from the prequels, but I absolutely loved it. I loved it because of the diversity, pod racing, Darth Maul, all this stuff going on. I actually really enjoyed it, and that was like the period that's after a long time of silence, because in 1997 that was the first time I saw Star Wars. That was the special effects remake of the original trilogy. Then I got super hooked on Star Wars from that moment on. Like totally like, what the hell is this? This is so amazing. Why I never heard of it? And then that was in 1997. So I think it was in 1998. No, that's not possible. There's a few years in between the special edition and episode 1. Either way, episode 1 was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And then episode 2 and 3 came, and then it died out with me because I didn't like episode 2 and 3 too much. Especially episode 3. A lot of people love it, Revenge of the Sith. I think it is one of the worst. I don't know why. Sorry. It's just my personal thing. I just really don't like it. Of course, the prequels are I still watch it like on my TV every month or so. It's not like it's unwatchable to me. It's just not my favorite. So yeah, Battlefront 2. I'm gonna get it from the get-go. I'm gonna play it a lot. It's super arcade, but it looks amazing. It really has more refined vibe. I saw Naboo fighters. I absolutely love that airplane. I love the Naboo fighter. It's really cool. I love Naboo in general. I think it's a very beautiful place. It looks amazing, and it's a little bit funky that they have like all these different timelines in one game, but it's an arcade shooter, so who cares? It's Star Wars. I'm not gonna take it too. I just keep it light. I mean, I just don't care too much about it. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely get it. I'm really looking forward to it. Also, I just jumping from one thing to another, and a small video on this little thing comes up. I bought this for my son. He likes it a lot. It's a Nerf blaster. It also comes good in line with the upcoming Battlefront game, having blaster around. It's really cool actually. It does really. It's a really cool little neat gun. It's well made. I like it. And my son lost it as well. He plays with it, so that's good. So yeah. So what happened is lately I've always tried to get my hands on more and more sabers, and there's so many new sabers out there. It's unbelievable how many sabers are out there and being created at the moment, are in the pipeline. A lot of saber companies at the same moment releasing the same products. It's a crazy time, and you can spend thousands and $1,000s on lightsabers, because we all know it's a very limited period of time that these things will be around, and once these small runs are over, there's no guarantee they will be ever made again. And we are now at the peak of this hobby. This is the peak time. So everything that happened this coming year, 1.5 year, maybe 2 years, that is you need to be on board of it, because after a few years, let's say after a few more Star Wars movies, it will not immediately die out, but it will for the majority of the mainstream audience, it will die out, and then it's like, okay, I had my fun with my custom lightsabers and Star Wars. I've seen it. My nostalgia levels up again. I'm good for a few years. Move on. And then you have the crazy diehards like us. They're just never. No, we're like stuck in a Groundhog Day basically of Star Wars, like non-stop Star Wars. But yeah, then people really regret they didn't buy this lightsaber or didn't go with that run and this run and blah blah blah. So it's really insane how much stuff is in the pipelines, and I'm like how I can afford all that stuff, and where do I put my focus? Do I want to have like these very prime, pristine, expensive collector item pieces just for the sake of collection and investment, which is weird because why would I care about investment? This is my hobby. I like to have lightsabers, so I shouldn't be cared about or carried away by the fact that it might be more valuable than now. I think I should not never approach the hobby like that, and that will actually hurt your feeling towards the hobby. And I see that a lot with the vintage Star Wars. People just collect it because it's worth something and will be more worth. And a lot of people collect Star Wars toy and keep it mint in box. Just whole shelves full of mint in box Star Wars figures. They don't even look at it because they have to, they put it away in boxes and whatnot. I don't know. It's just I don't know. And then it defeats the purpose of having a hobby in this scene, like Star Wars toys or Star Wars lightsabers. You must be able to play with and have fun with it. So I'm really debating, like, the more sabers I get and review and do, like what do I want to put my focus on? Want to have collectible figures, have collectible sabers? Do I want to have beaters? Do I want to have a combination of beaters? And what does satisfy me? How many sabers do I have to have on my shelves? Like, do I want to have 20, 30, 50, hundreds sabers on my shelves? And uh, at some point will I play with them or just collecting dust? So it's always in my mind. So for me, my focus always will be just keep the sabers that I really, really, really enjoy the most. And if it's a saber that's longer term on the shelves and start to collect dust, then I probably don't like it enough, or I don't feel comfortable enough to play with it because it's either way too expensive for me to actually afford and own, and that's also not good. Then I probably don't want to keep it because then I'm not worth it, or I just simply don't have that kind of money to to use it as how I want to, or it's to collectability, and that is also not really per se my hobby because collect Star Wars toys and lightsabers to play with for most because as I said, the likelihood is that I take them in my grave is very slim, and I only live now and I only live maybe another X amount of years, hopefully long enough, and get very old to see my son grow up as an old man. Um, but yeah, it's like, yeah, you know, it's always with this hobby. It's always like it's easy just to keep on the in the moment and just keep buying and get the latest one and then this one and then that one and then this one. You can keep doing that, but at some point, yeah, I know it's gonna saturate and exhaust you, and then you lose maybe interest in the hobby. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's me. Yeah, maybe you have a very different opinion about that. Oh, ooh, it's hurt. No,
Taking help.
no. Go in the bed. I will help you later. I will give you. Okay. Sorry, my son has a itchy, a painful lip. Go in the bed. I will give it to you. We put some butter on it.
Butterfinger.
Yeah, Butterfinger. Okay, go in the bed. So yeah, cool stuff, but a lot. It's overwhelming. So much stuff going on. So many lightsabers on the market. I cannot complain about it, of course. I do a little bit, but it's just more complaining about the fact we have such a luxury time at the moment. So with the amount of offering, like dark sabers, all kinds of cannon sabers, unique customized sabers, new technologies, it's new soundboards. It's just a lot of stuff. It's really cool. I'm just gonna wrap it up because I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna do some more news updates because there's a lot of stuff, as I said, on the market and coming very soon. Aaron Lynn from the Puck store and Wonder Sabers has a lot of stuff in the pipeline for one. So I need to hook up with him this week or next week and then show you guys some more about it. I will be joining a Makato a gathering the 27th of June in Hong Kong, It's a Makato Tsai group. Everybody with the Makato sabers coming together to get my hands on some of those Makato sabers and do some reviews for you guys. I bet you're very interested in those sabers as well. And yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and I might do, I don't say 100% it's gonna happen. Um, I gonna more explore the hobby. So what I do now is, of course, I collect lightsabers, but the more I see of it and the more I do it, I also start to get more interested in the cosplaying elements. And with the cosplaying elements, I will be doing my character. Name and all that detail will come later if you guys are interested to hear more about it. Um, and I also want to do some cons, starting to do attend some cons. Now in Hong Kong, the con scene is more tailored to the Japanese and Chinese market, so it's more obscure in the way how I look at it. It's less the interesting stuff for me. So I need to start trooping with the 501st. So I will see what I can do to get approved or go and troop with those guys, maybe as affiliated and not per se an official approved 501st character, because that is very tough, I heard. But also doing cons, so cons in the nearing countries. So maybe go to Japan if there's a con there, or Australia, and maybe some other countries nearby. I'm very keen to do that. I really want to explore that and be more and more involved with that whole community of cosplayers, Star Wars enthusiasts, the Star Wars collecting, not only the action figures and the Star Wars lightsabers and other props. It's a really cool scene, and I want to grow that on the channel as well. So I definitely gonna involve the Battlefront 2 a lot more. Gonna bring it a lot more forward. I tried to before that whole gaming thing, didn't really work out because I don't really have a name in gaming, and this is of course a lightsaber review. But I really like all that stuff, and it really keeps me busy and entertained and engaged. And I just need to have some fun stuff to keep doing, because that really will help out to enjoy life and enjoy anything. So yeah, definitely have to start working on the game footage, also the role playing in Star Wars: The Old Republic. I found my old account, so I have like 8 or 10 level 65 characters, pretty beefed out and maxed out with all kinds of cool stuff. So why not use it and enjoy that, right? So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more with these Star Wars games. And yeah, the cons. Now the cons, of course, the cool stuff is for me is because I live in Hong Kong, getting to these other countries like Australia, Japan, wherever they have cons elsewhere in Asia, it's much more easy for me to get there. It's not as expensive in terms of traveling and cost. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. And maybe next year, the next few years, the Star Wars celebration comes to Asia. That would be cool. So yeah, that's about it for this week. Next week we've got the Saber Forge Heretic full review, and then after we have the sabers. We have several saber stands reviews, really cool saber stands, and yeah, that's it. I wish you a great day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are, probably in the US, and catch you later. Stay scummy.